much for coming to watch this video. I'm going to show you how to make 3 different types of Peppermint EOS. One of them is edible candy cane, and the 2 other ones are lip balms. So I found this cute little box for the holidays. It has a red EOS and a sort of cream off-white EOS. And the flavors are, I believe that's winterberry and vanilla bean. So what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to use these to make 2 different types of peppermint lip balm. And I'm going to do that using these candy canes. And the third EOS I'm going to show you is going to be one from scratch. So obviously DIY, do it yourself, and it will also be of peppermint flavor. Okay, so opening up the box, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to smell the different lip balms, as I'm going to pick the one that I think should be peppermint. And I just love this box, you guys. It's so festive and so pretty, and these colors are so nice. So let's try the red one, which is the winterberry. I'm going to take a little smell here. And that one smells really good, so that's definitely berry. Okay, and moving on to our vanilla bean, I'll take a little smell here. And this one smells good, but actually there's not too much of a flavor, or sorry, a smell. So that might be the best one to mix with our candy canes. So the first EOS are edible candy canes. So if you guys have watched my previous videos, I have made many videos about just melting candy and putting them in EOS. And our most popular one is using Jolly Ranchers. So similar to that, I'm going to take these candy canes, melt them just a little bit so you don't burn yourself. And if you guys are in need of parental supervision when doing this, make sure that you guys have someone who can help you do this, because you can burn yourself when you melt candy, okay? So what you're going to do first is you're going to take your lip balm, and if you have one that's already empty, that obviously that would be perfect, but these ones are brand new, so I'm just going to scrape out the lip balm, and then I will be using this later, so I'll just put it in that little plastic holder. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up with peppermint candy cane. Okay, so then you want to coat the lid of your EOS with oil so that the candy doesn't stick to it. And this is super important, you guys, so make sure that you remember that. And I'm pretty sure any type of oil would be fine. So then you're going to grab a microwavable dish and just start breaking up those candy canes. The smaller bits, the better. But it is actually quite hard to get small bits, so don't worry about it if they aren't. But make sure that you have enough to fill up your EOS container. And this is really important, you guys. You want to make sure that you watch it all the time, and I use a 10-second interval, and it took about 2 to 3 times. And you don't want them to boil melt, you want them just to get soft and squishy. So you can see I'm pushing on them and they just are soft a little bit. So you just want to scoop it up and then put it in the lid of your EOS. And for those who have never done this, that's how you get the EOS shape. So you're kind of doing everything a little bit backwards. And I'm touching the candy cane a little bit, but it's because it's not too hot. So again, if you're choosing to do this, make sure that you have parental supervision if required. So it does stick to the stick quite a bit, so you want to kind of get it off there without burning yourself. And then I'm just going to keep filling it up and pushing it into the top of the EOS until I achieve that egg EOS shape. Okay, and you can see here I'm sliding it right out and checking to make sure that all the holes are filled in. And you also want to make sure that there's no candy cane sticking up, because now we're going to put the middle piece on, and you'll find that it doesn't go on as easily as you'd probably like if there's chunks of candy in the way. So we're going to grab more candy cane and do the next layer. So again, breaking it up into small bits and doing the same microwave technique, so 10 seconds at a time, and make sure that you guys really pay attention, okay? Okay, so this is microwave, so again, you're not going for the point where it's completely melted, you just want it to be a little bit soft. So I'm going to scoop it up and I'm going to put it on the grate. And then when it has cooled down enough, you can start using your finger. But in this case, I use the stick as much as I can, but it just sticks so much to the stick, so you want to make sure you're careful. And then I just kind of used whatever I had around me. So I used the lid of the EOS to push it in there, because you want to try to get it through those little pizza triangles, right? And then that's my peppermint scent that I'm going to use for my other EOS, and I just smush it until you think that It's as far down as possible. And once you're happy with that, you can put it in the fridge for about 15 minutes. That should be long enough for candy cane. And then you snap the bottom on. And this is the best part, you guys, the big reveal. Carefully unscrew it in case it does get stuck to the top a little bit. And there you go. That is a edible candy cane EOS. So good. And if you really love candy canes, you can lick it and then put it on your lips like lip chap or lip balm. And there you go. But obviously this is for eating, so have fun with it, you guys. The second EOS we're going to do is a candy cane infused lip balm. So I'm going to use the same dish and I'm going to break up some more candy canes. And for this one, I'm going to use the vanilla bean lip balm. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to turn this into a peppermint lip balm by letting it melt with the candy canes. So scrape it all out very carefully and coat the lid with oil. Okay, so putting it in the microwave, and obviously the lip balm and the candy cane will melt at different paces. Just watch that. I believe I did about 40 seconds in total, but in 15-second intervals, so 15, 15, and then another 10. So here we have our lip balm, and they're not mixing together, which I didn't think they would, but you just kind of want to let it sit in there and just stir it around. You can see here that the candy cane is hardening quite quickly, which is actually making it quite easy to remove it when I'm done. So I'm just going to keep stirring it in there, and I'm happy with this. And now I'm going to pour it carefully, because it is hot, into my lip balm container. And remember, the dish will be hot too, you guys. So just be very, very, very careful, okay? So there, make sure you don't spill it. You're going to carefully bring it over to your fridge or freezer and put it in there for about 30 minutes. And obviously you can put it in there longer if you want to, but just make sure it's nice and hard. So snap on the bottom, carefully take off the lid, and there you go, just like new. So this is the lip balm that was there before, and all we did was melt some candy canes and stir it up and let it sit in there, and there you have a peppermint candy cane EOS. So DIY peppermint EOS from scratch. So it's always fun to make stuff completely on your own. So you're going to grab your EOS container, spray the lid again so it doesn't get stuck, and this is where you're going to need some coconut oil and some beeswax. So my coconut oil stays in my fridge, so it's quite hard, so I'm just going to chisel away an amount. And you guys, the ratio is 1 to 1, so you kind of want to just eyeball your coconut oil and put in what you think is half of what you'll need for the EOS container. And then once you're happy with that, you're going to take your beeswax. Now here's a big chunk of beeswax, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grate it off. Okay, so again, it's a 1 to 1 ratio, so once you feel like you have enough beeswax compared to the coconut, just put it in there. And then we're going to add a little bit of vitamin E. This is totally optional if you don't have it, it's good to protect your lips, but again, it's not going to make or break your lip balm. Next, of course, is our peppermint flavor, or I shouldn't say flavor, you're not eating this, you're going to smell it and feel it. So this is our peppermint drops. I like to put a lot in to make sure that it tingles those lips when you wear it. And that's it, you guys. So we're going to put this in the microwave again in 15-second intervals, and this is it. And this bowl again is very hot, as the beeswax does take quite a while, about 45 seconds to melt. So again, that dish might get hot. You're going to screw that middle piece on, and you can just carefully pour your stuff in. And then you just put it in the fridge. Now for this one, I did keep it in the fridge longer, as I attempted to do it one time and it wasn't solidified enough. And that ever happens, you guys, where you take off the lid and the whole thing comes off, just put the whole thing back in the microwave and it melted a little bit, and then put it back in the fridge. And I actually kept it in there overnight just to make sure. So this is it after it's been in the fridge. Snap the bottom on, and then slowly, very carefully take off the lid to make sure that you don't take off the whole top again. And there you have it, your own DIY lip balm that smells delicious, just like peppermint, and it also tingles your skin. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and remember to subscribe if you haven't done so. And I would love to hear from you guys in the comments which EOS you